Oh my god. Yeah,
Yeah,
you should get arrested
dude.
for that.
There was a lady at Walmart throwing a fit because her balance was due. She was doing the same thing, like leaning over and just onto the associates. I'm just like, ma'am, that's a good way to get throat punched.
The mindset of some of these people
It
is
doesn't change.
crazy.
It doesn't
No,
change.
no, but what is kind of interesting is that pandemics like this or any world event like this just shows you how fragile the human mental state is. That's, I mean, you tend to think that as a first world country like America, we would have a little bit more stability with our mentalities, but we really don't. Because when something happens,
No.
something like this that's minor, I mean, I'm not calling this whole thing minor because obviously people are dying from it, um, but imagine if the death rate was a lot higher. Imagine
Would people
if,
be
yeah, imagine if the death rate wasn't like 1 or 2%. Imagine if it was like 80%, and like if you got it, you were going to die. Imagine how
people would
people would
probably
react.
take it more seriously if it was like that. But again, that goes back to the first question you kind of asked was, what do I think about the government withholding information? We don't have all the information. We have tidbits of information that's skewed and that's not 100% accurate, and it's hard to test all this. And we're giving old data. The government probably has an up-to-date sheet that says that we're way worse off than we actually are right now, but they're not going to release that because then it would it would cause mass panic.
Yeah, I don't
They
think a lot of these
slowly
people
let
could.
it
I
out.
don't think a lot of these people could handle it, especially with Facebook memes going around, like people just sharing random shit. Like
We're gonna meme our way out of World War
yeah,
Three.
I really do think that people would just go crazy if the government actually released realistic statistics. I mean, I can't hate the government for not being truthful at this point in time, but I mean, what do you want them to do? I mean, people are freaking stockpiling toilet paper. I
Dude,
mean,
it's like there was a lady that went in and ordered or took like a whole buggy full of toilet paper. It's just like, why do you need that much toilet paper? We're not running out.
yeah,
It's it's like we're still getting the stuff in, but if you don't go in and act like a human and like just get what you need for a week, we're gonna have more in a week. Like just this is why we're running out of stuff. Like there's I'm pulling up one.
yeah. What are your thoughts? Because we watched that video earlier, and I sent you the video that that I sent you the video over Facebook, and what are your thoughts on how our freedoms will be limited in the next
I
coming
mean,
months?
there's freedom being limited. We're definitely gonna if we go out on martial law. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up a picture. Is it working?
This
I gotta
shows
scoot
we
it.
cannot handle aliens. I'm saying it. Like that's
But
crazy.
the serious is if all of our this is the picture I'm showing now. This is our toilet paper. This is like yeah, we still have all the wipes, but this was our toilet paper like literally in a day. Like all of those, that's like 40, 50 different tags of toilet paper. The paper towels look the same way. And then the one problem is that. The second problem is this, where people realize that they can't have it, or people realize that I don't know if I'm moving it the right way, but
You're
people
fine.
realize
You're
they
fine.
can't have it or they are limited quantities, and this is like 15, 16 buggies of go backs that have to be sorted and have to be like put back on the aisle for people to buy. And then some of them are damages. Like this the other day was us going through all of our freezer, and this is not just our freezer, but this is some of the damages that we've pulled off from. That's almost a whole dumpster full of food that we've had to throw away. Part of it's damages from people not returning it properly, and the other part is out of dates, but that's another discussion. But these are just like this happens on a daily basis whether there's a pandemic or not. It's just people don't know how to act, and with all of our freedoms being limited, it's just oh, and a cute picture of my dog. Sorry.
Cutie.
Um, if with all these things being limited, is if people don't take it seriously, then it's going to become a major issue. Like people are going to go to jail for this shit. Like just going out. The other day I saw an article online where people were going hiking, and so many people were going hiking at this one spot that it became overcrowded, and the police were towing them because there's supposed to be like your social distancing. If there's 40, 50 people on the same trail, you can't stay 6 feet apart from everybody, and
Yeah,
it's just
yeah, that's how it was at the park. Jordan says cute dog. That's how it was at the
yeah.
park when I went like a couple weeks ago. I mean, before this thing got really bad, I took the young man that I work with on the weekends to the park to get some exercise, and dude, there was a ton of people there. I mean, nobody social distancing at the park. Like you would think an outdoor space like that. But nobody's doing it because everybody's on the same nature trail, so you have to walk past them at some point.
Mhm.
Um, but what's crazy is the fact that I think now what's going on is the government will now use this as an excuse to continue to limit our freedoms.
It's a good possibility and it's a good excuse. You got to imagine with all this happening right now, what is the government getting away with without us knowing about it? Like,
Right.
yeah, they've pumped money into the stock market to keep it from, flatlining, and that's a whole nother issue, but like what are we not looking at? Like what is being done while we're paying attention to this?
Well, what I'm afraid of is the inflation that's about to come because
Oh,
we're
it's going to be terrible.
well, everybody's getting that $1,200 check. So
Mhm.
every grown adult that's filed taxes in the past year, although that's good and it helps right now, I'm scared of the aftermath. I'm
Yeah.
scared of what it's going to do after we're done with the $1 trillion debt that we're about to be in. And I'm scared of the human mentality of getting a free paycheck. So
Spend
I'm
it on dumb shit.
well, I think people will be wise and use it on the right things as of right now because no one has a job. So,
Mhm.
but when the economy starts to pick back up and people start to go back to work, I really do wonder what part of the economy is going to actually go back to work and what the unemployment rate is going to be after this.
Well, I mean, this really shows you that not only is it capable for a huge chunk of the workforce that has to travel to offices, whatever, that they're capable of doing like the same level, if not better, work from home than they are if traveling to an office. So that's one thing I think is going to change about our perspective on work and the home and all that, is that if a lot of these people can do the same job that they're doing, if not better, and do it at home, what's the point in having an office if I can just pay you to sit at home and do this?
Yeah.
Like as long as the work gets done and it's, I mean, I don't remember what the company was, but there was another company that was reporting that their video chats and um, their uh, group video chats and all, the participation rate skyrocketed because everybody had like nobody was at the office, everybody had to do it from home. So that's one thing, is like how is that going to change our landscape? How is that going to change traffic in Georgia? Because right now I can get to work in 20 minutes, and it's from Lawrenceville to Norcross in the middle of the morning rush hour traffic. Usually is a 40-minute drive,
Yeah.
but now I can get there in 10, 20 minutes depending on how fast I drive because nobody's on the road.
Well, now would be a perfect time for Georgia to freaking pave the roads.
Yeah, no, see, they ain't gonna do that.
Fix the damn roads. There's too many
No,
potholes.
no, that won't happen.
Oh, yeah, I know that,
Just
but
hit every
uh,
pothole.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
So that
you're absolutely right. I think the flow of how America is going to operate in the next coming months after this pandemic dies out is going to drastically change. I don't
thanks.
think the
This
product.
isn't my background.
I
Sorry.
don't. I don't think the productivity working from home will last. This is a honeymoon period. I kind of agree with Dell.
I mean, it very well could be, but it's if it's a honeymoon period, it it's going to affect how we look at work and in the future because, like I said, a lot of these companies are starting to figure out that they can, if they can continue to get this kind of work from people at home versus at an office space, then it could open up a new market from a lot more people working at home, which means a boom in internet for homes and a boom in technology sales because people have to buy new laptops and video headphones, cameras, new computers. So it can cause a boom there.
Well, I definitely
But
see that. I mean, obviously, the digital age is going to be taking over
oh
even
yeah,
more than it already is. I mean, people are social distancing, and this is the only way I can get other social interaction.
yeah,
This
this and
is my
Overwatch.
only social interaction, people.
Yeah, see, the thing about that is,